Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. Today we're talking about the Blizzard Anomaly 102. This is the widest ski in the Anomaly collection. This is the second year for the collection itself. And these skis replaced the long-standing and quite popular Brahma, Bonafide, and Kochi skis that were kind of the pinnacle of Blizzard's powerful all-mountain skis, and in the Kochi's sense, freeride ski, and kind of in this Anomaly 102's sense, freeride ski as well. So this is interesting because it's narrower than the Kochi, it's much wider than the Bonafide, or not much wider, but kind of in between those two skis. So there's not really a ski that this replaces. If anything, it kind of replaces, I'd say, both of them. But it's sort of its own new thing. It's not really comparable to anything that Blizzard made previously, and it's an awesome ski. So definitely takes the same recipe as the narrower Anomaly skis, but being up here in 102, it does kind of change quite a bit. I would say the 84, even through the 94, they feel pretty similar. When you get up to this 102, it does have some characteristics that are unique to the 102 here. So same construction as the other skis, true blend wood core, two sheets of metal, but they're not two just flat, full width sheets of metal. The one under the core of the ski is just a full width sheet of metal, but on top of the core, there's a central strip of metal and then a layer of fiberglass and then two metal kind of strips or struts along the edges of the ski. So if you were to take those three pieces of metal and make them one single sheet of metal, it would be a full width sheet of metal. So in total, there are two sheets of metal in this ski, but they break it up a little bit. And it's not so much that it drastically reduces torsional stiffness. It just kind of opens up the sweet spot of the ski. I think they just feel a little bit more compliant and a little bit better overall compared to the previous skis that had those two full sheets of metal, or really it was like 2.5 in the previous skis. So pretty cool construction. This is a big ski. It's a 188, relatively dense wood core, two sheets of metal. I'm gonna guess 2,300 grams, and I'm off by 30, so 2,270 grams. It's a pretty heavy ski, but they did some really good stuff to the ski to it doesn't ski, I would say it doesn't ski as heavy as it is listed on paper here or on our scale here. And we can talk a little bit more about that in a second. And it's pretty stiff too. You know, these Anomaly skis are all pretty stiff. If anything, the wider you go, they kind of feel like they get a little bit stiffer just with the added extra material in there. And then shape is pretty interesting. It's a powerful directional ski, but it does have some freeride notes to it. So good amount of camber here. If anything, the Anomaly 102 has like a little bit higher camber height than some of the other Anomalies, and a little bit longer rocker profile too in this 102, excuse me. So a decent amount of tail rocker back here, but there's not a tremendous amount of splay. So you get like pretty darn long effective edge, or like this portion of the ski, despite being rockered, it's still going to be engaging with the snow surface, especially when you're at a high edge angle. So its ski is long and very trustworthy. So I think it's important that they put that rocker in there. I think if it didn't have this rocker profile, particularly in the tail, it would kind of be a handful. And you know, it's still fair to say that this ski is kind of a handful. It's 102 underfoot with two sheets of metal. It is absolutely not a ski that's designed for everybody. In fact, it's pretty unique. It feels like a cop-out to say that it's a bit of an anomaly, but it is. You know, it's a big ski, it's heavy, it's stiff, it's got two sheets of metal, but there are plenty of people out there that want this. You know, if you want something that you can point down the fall line and know that it's going to stay really stable and track really well and have good vibration damping through anything, really, this is the type of ski that you should be on. At our test this year, we had Josh ski it, and he's a really, really good skier. He's a longtime ski instructor. He's very, very technical on skis, and he has a great understanding of both like the athletic physical input from the skier that is necessary, as well as the performance and capability of different skis and different construction. And he loved this thing. We got a 9 out of 10 for overall impression from Josh. And he specifically said that it can absolutely rail turns, which it absolutely can rail turns. 21 meter turn radius, and this is the long one, the 188. Actually, there's one longer than this too. But they might not be the quickest, snappiest turns, but it absolutely can rail turns, and it holds an edge incredibly well. But he specifically added that it felt pretty nimble too. And I just think that's awesome, because I don't really remember that many people using the word nimble to describe a Bonafide or a Cochise. Those skis definitely achieved the same level of power and stability, but the way that they've kind of integrated more maneuverability and thus more versatility into the Anomalies, I think is really, really good. There still is a huge difference between this ski and, say, a Rustler 10, and it's perfectly fair to say that more skiers out there should be on a Rustler 10 if you're looking in the just over 100 underfoot kind of narrow freeride category. Yeah, Rustler 10 is going to be more suitable for way more skiers, but it's great that skis like this exist, because there are people that are really high up there on the ability level spectrum that want just a powerful, strong, aggressive ski that you can take and really do whatever you want. There's no limitations on this ski. The only limitations it has come from the skier. You know, if you're not at the level, or if you're not ready to put this thing where it needs to go and you do the maneuvering of it, you're going to be better off on a different ski. But it's pretty darn cool what this thing can do. So that's the Anomaly 102 from Blizzard. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we'll see you out there on the slopes.